How's everybody's week? Well, or how's the start of the week, I guess?
Cold, we're in a storm.
I'm a cold little boy.
Cold little boy.
Dude, you caught me off guard. You caught me off guard with that. If I'm being honest.
So yeah, how you been?
You know, I'm chilling, man. You know, it's all good. It's Christmas time, and
I don't agree. That's just like, I'm very, yeah, I don't think so. I think very strongly on that topic. I just disagree with what you're saying.
You don't think it's Christmas time?
No. It really isn't.
Feeling it?
Really isn't.
It's
I'm
not
telling you.
Christmas
can you
spirit.
even say Merry Christmas
Bro, that's
anymore?
cap. Like 2
That's
minutes
what I'm
ago.
saying.
I mean, I'm starting to
damn-
understand where you're going with this, because, yeah, I agree,
Yeah.
man. Actually, I'm on your side now.
Finally.
Can't say no goddamn thing about no goddamn Santa Claus out here, because some, motherfuckers just can't handle the
Oh,
truth.
no, really?
That's that, he's born,
People think
bro.
People think this whole holiday's about Jesus, bro. It's about Santa Claus.
Oh shit. New take. It's all about Santa Claus?
You gotta remember the separation of church and state here.
Is Santa Claus a part of the state?
Dude, yes. Santa Claus is a state apparatus.
Well, if Jesus is church, by default,
Santa is
That's
kind
not
of like
God.
communist God. I mean, like, his whole deal is like getting people to, his whole holiday is like the most,
Give everything to everyone.
commercial time of year. It's all good. Like,
does Santa get
Yeah, he
kids
fits.
one present each, or like does he get them a couple?
I always got like, Santa always gave me about half my presents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But like, that seems very like.
Low.
That seems very inefficient for how many gifts he has to make already. And like in the movies, it's always over like one present. So like,
Santa didn't love those kids as much as he loves me.
but like I feel like that makes sense. You get one, like the one thing you really want, Santa's gonna get it for you.
And then everything else your parents get and everything. You gotta be grateful.
I'm not saying I'm not a believer. I'm, obviously can't confirm this because
I don't know.
you gotta believe in his existence.
Yeah, you're coming off as a non
But, like,
dog.
I'm just saying, I don't know if there's like a discrepancy. Like Hollywood needs to get it straight. Like they need to figure out the proper Santa lore. I'm just saying, I don't know if it's a real life issue or if it's a movie issue.
Yeah. I mean, all I can say is that, like, after I saw her face, I'm a believer now.
Welcome back to the Off the Gourd podcast, episode
27.
27.
Sheesh.
All right.
We're 27 years old, boys.
No, we aren't.
Let's go. We can get pregnant now.
And rent a car.
I don't like know any of the ages, if I'm being honest. What
Real
age did we
talk,
start
though.
drinking?
Yeah.
They're just
Crazy
numbers.
that we've done this for 27 episodes.
Oh no, are we starting to get to the length of episodes where every single episode we're gonna be like, man, it's crazy that we've made it.
Bro, this podcast is about to be middle-aged. Episode 30 is almost upon us.
God damn.
We will do nothing special for it.
What are you guys gonna do in your midlife crisis?
Probably buy some I don't need.
Yeah.
I'm
there
thinking like I'm
something-
gonna become a motorcyclist or something.
Do you,
Say
really?
I'm gonna die.
Okay, but would you at least wear a helmet?
No, bro, I'm riding the Harley
No.
with the leather jacket, no helmet, bro. But if I
Dude,
do get a
that's
helmet, it's gonna
mad
have like a
dangerous.
skull on it or something.
Dude, I don't care how competent you are as a motorcycle driver. I'm more worried about the other people. I do not
They
want to
gotta
be.
look out for Sam.
I do not want to be not wearing a helmet with all these crazy people on the road.
True.
I mean, that's fair and balanced.
100%.
But fuck
people
wearing
are
a
like
helmet
that
on a
the
bicycle.
road, I swear.
If you wear a helmet on a bicycle, you're a pussy.
Bro, okay, wait.
No, I'm with Pierce on this one. That's pussy shit.
But like, at least with the motorcycle, you can be like, well, I'm such a great motorcyclist. I'm not gonna crash or whatever. Like with a bike, I think the bigger concern is that motherfuckers are gonna crash into you.
I'm just talking
and
about
you're
in general.
and you're just gonna absorb all that force being on a bike.
Nah. Bikes are nimble and quick. You can get out of the way fast. Have you ever driven a bike?
Yeah.
Have you ever, bro? How many of us wouldn't have ridden a bike?
Yep.
What the?
But like, so you would
Ethan
know
hates
that
people
they're
that
fast.
can't ride bikes.
I do. I think if you can't ride a bike, you failed your childhood, bro.
That's true.
Bro, what if
It took me a
you
minute
don't
to
have
figure it
fucking
out, but I did
legs,
it.
bro?
What age did you guys learn how to ride a bike?
Like
Pretty,
4.
I don't
Maybe
remember,
3.
but I was too old.
I think I got my first
Jackson
bike
was
when
a
I was
late bloomer.
5,
Yeah.
and I learned how, or like my first like real bike when I was 5, and I learned how to bike.
Dude, I remember, I think like the day that like I got a bike with no training wheels, like my dad like taught me how, and then like after I got the hang of it, he got like my mom to come out and like see how I was doing. I went down the driveway and immediately hit the mailbox.
Epic.
go.
Bro, I had a similar story of like when I was getting my training wheels off. Like all the neighbors happened to be out at the time. Back when like you hung out with your neighbors.
Yo.
Yeah.
So like all the families were there, and like like when I finally got going, like all the adults started cheering for me, and like I look over at them and I was like hell yeah, like it was a moment, and then like I stopped looking forward and I hit like a parked car and like fell off the bike onto the car.
No.
Bro, that's crazy. We used to hang out with our neighbors.
Yeah, what the fuck? I'm like scared of them now.
Yeah.
What was going on back then that we had such good relationships with our neighbors?
Bro, I don't know. We were probably happier. I think people were just happier.
Different kind of time. Bro.
Yeah, post 9/11. It was a very happy time.
It's a time of unity. And then the libs attacked.
God.
God damn. Bro, were those like people? How the hell did they?
This dude is...
In awe
Okay.
at the splendor.
So what do you got planned for us? You guys had something planned.
Well, seeing as this will be the last episode of 2022, I think we owe it to our loyal audience to tell them what are the best movies, TV shows, video games, and there was the last category, albums, came out this year. We, being the definitive authorities on this subject, I thought we should all give our 2 cents and review the year, reminisce, relive.
And because
the best
we are
moments.
all the definitive authority on this subject, we are all gonna have different lists, and we will have to argue and bicker about whose list is more correct.
True.
It would only make sense.
Until we are definitively done in like, I don't know how long it'll take. A couple days.
We'll make sure the smoke burns white whenever we have an answer.
I don't know what that means.
How they choose the Pope.
Okay.
It's like,
Yep, you heard it here. We're electing a new pope right here on the podcast.
dude, that would be sick. Could you imagine that?
Let's elect a Pope, boys.
Do you have to be like old as fuck to be a pope, or like
I mean, you have to have gone through like enough of the other ranks that I think like by the time you get to that Pope rank, like you're gonna
You
be
will
old
be
as fuck.
old.
I don't know, like Pope, what like
Pope
the
lore.
Pope rank up system is like.
You know, there's like the Archbishop.
Well, there's like bishops, archbishops, and cardinals.
Is that like
I
chess?
think cardinals are like the Pope's like 11
Yeah, it's like
right
chess.
hand man.
The bishop is the religious guy in the chess.
Is
There's
he?
the funny hat, yeah.
In the chess lore.
Chess lore.
Bro, just because he like moves on diagonal spaces doesn't mean you gotta call him religious,
but
bro.
Have they ever
don't
made
you
a
read,
chess
like the
movie?
journals and shit, bro?
What?
The like
I'd
you
watch
know,
a chess movie.
your chess like side quest items, bro. Reading
Is
the
the
lore
funny
markers.
hat?
Okay, so how do we want to do this, boys? Do we want to like, I think we'll go category by category, right? That makes sense. But do we want to give like one at a time our like number 5 through 1 with honorable mentions, or do we want to do like honorable mentions? Then we do everyone says they're 5, and then 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1.
The second thing you just said.
I wasn't listening.
I think that I want to do my honorable mentions after.
What?
After your number 1.
You want to do your honorable
Shit, there's
mentions
people here.
first.
Okay.
And then, like, as we go around, like, once someone has, like, discussed, you know, any piece of media at, like, given it the brief rundown and why it's good, we can kind of breeze through it the second time around. Or, like, if you have some additional thoughts, you can throw those in there.
Do we have a
Just
plan if
move
one of our
things along.
powers goes out during this?
No.
Record
All
another
right,
No, we
day.
don't
let's
need one.
get into it. Pierce, pick us a topic to start us off. Give us your honorable mentions in said topic.
Music.
You know, music.
The albums.
Wait, and I'm starting?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Okay, music.
This man decided he was gonna wing it.
No, I have them all written down. So, I admittedly did not listen or like consume a lot of media from this year. Music is a bit different, but I just to keep it all standardized for me, I stuck to a top 3 for everything. Everything. I know you guys all have different size lists and whatnot, but all of mine are just like my top 3. Even if I did more, I'll just put them in my honorable mentions. And we're doing them first?
Yes.
Bro.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh my god. Okay.
So
What are my...
throw a
I
couple
don't-
from your honorable mentions and make them a 4 and a 5.
Music was the one thing I didn't think about my honorable mentions for. Bro. You chose the wrong person to start with. I am so hungry right now.
All right, well we'll come back to you, bro.
I need to listen to your guys's so I can figure out what my honorable mentions are.
All right. So
Behind us too.
I can do music. Oh god. This is not in a top 3 order. I have 5 albums here. Actually, I think my number 1 this year is Ice, Death, Planet, Lungs, Mushrooms, and Lava by King Gizzard. Great vibe album. I could play it any time of the day and be hyped for it. Then we have Omnium Gatherum by King Gizzard. The next 4 are pretty much in any order. Fucking love that one. Mr. Morale from Kendrick Lamar. I was pretty meh on the album when it first came out, but watching the live
Really?
performance really changed my opinion on it.
You weren't like super big on it when it came
Not
out?
super big. I liked it. It just wasn't like in my in my headphones constantly.
This was like a really weird year, I feel like, for like big artists. Like I felt like a lot of their albums didn't hit as much, like Post. Like his was
Yeah,
pretty
I
mid.
thought Post was pretty mid this year. And then I have Icarus by Cry a Lot,
Oh,
also known as Sarah Bonito.
also
Uh,
don't forget to have one thing you hated from that.
Oh,
shit.
so I
God,
need to redo
totally
this entire
forgot
list.
about that.
All these lists.
I just remembered that.
Really think
I'm
it on the
winging
fly.
that. I'm winging. Yeah, I'm winging.
Music I hated. I don't know, bro.
I mean, if you
Well,
don't have one, you don't have one. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. As far as the album, I followed Carrico Bonito for a while. I've loved all their stuff, and then I loved Sarah's new album. So, yeah. And then my last one I have Inside Deluxe. We'll call that an honorable mention since
that's a good one.
the original came out last year. Really liked all the deluxe stuff that came out with the album, except for the 40 background checks that he also put in with them.
Background checks.
Tracks.
He put in like all the instrumentals.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which is like cool if you're a nerd.
And then I can't think of an album I hated this year. So.
Or like one you thought was mid.
I guess then just Post.
Damn.
Post was mid.
That's the only one I can think of that's mid.
You gonna popcorn?
Popcorn appears.
I'm glad you said that because I'm ready.
Yeah.
My only
finally.
honorable mention, I think, is just going to be Omnium Gather, just because it's not my top 3. But then, in my top 3, I definitely do be having a list. Visions by Red Fox. That was nice at the beginning of the year. It wasn't my favorite album from them. I still think Realigned is their best. But I thought it was pretty solid.
I think I listened to that album like once. I need to go back to it.
I must have listened. I listened to it way more than I thought I did, because like all the songs were in my top played on my Spotify, and Red Fox was still my second artist.
Alright, but I'm with you that Realigned was just that good, though.
Dude, it is just so good. It's
I
hard to
sit
beat.
my ass in the Realigned chair.
For real, that's what I'm
Freaking
saying. And then this one, these two were really tough. Dude, I almost like they can flip flop for me, but right now I think my second is going to be Dawn FM for the weekend.
Ooh, good.
I know that's
call.
probably Sam's number 1. He was vibing with that. But I think my number 1's going to be See You There by Matt Watson. That shit caught me off guard for real. Like, I was not expecting it to be that good. Like, no way. But he did it. That was crazy. It's so good. I would highly recommend
He
it.
did do it.
He did it. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, it's banging. And then I probably just agree that Post was the mid album of the year. There were a couple Giz albums I weren't super hot on, just because like I can only take the jam session stuff so much before I start to get tired of it. And they already were wearing me out with Dripping Tap. I love Dripping Tap, but it's like I can't keep listening to like 6+ minute songs on every song on every album.
Man, slipping on the drip, dude.
Slipping.
You gotta
drip.
mix it up a bit. Like I gotta have some like a nice like I love Butterfly 3000. It's like they have like 5 or 6 minute songs, like 1 or 2, but then like they have some like 3 or like normal like length songs, and they're just like they're catchy and they're
normal length songs. All right, you discriminatory coward.
No,
Oh yeah, what does a normal length song look like, Pierce?
That 2.5 to 3.5 minutes.
Wow.
Nah, I'd say the upper limit's 4.
I was thinking 4.
That's why I'm not a huge fan of Changes, which was another album they released this year. But I really like Hate Dancing from it. I think it's great as a single.
Yeah, I don't
Ever
care.
since you mentioned The Weeknd, I cannot get Take My Breath out of my head. I'm just sitting here going, Take my breath! Yeah.
Bro, this guy's breath is taken. No, and then you be listening to that with like your headphones on and he's going around your head. Crazy.
Yes. Absolutely bonkers.
Ethan, you want to go?
Shit. Alright. My albums this year, my number one was definitely Kid Cudi, Intergalactic.
Ooh.
I didn't listen to that.
Banger of an album, more of Cudi that I loved, and I thought the trap was much better in this album than in whatever album came out before this. But aside from that, I had Muse, Will of the People. Probably would be my second album for this year. Pretty great. It was classic Muse. Glad they're back and like actually doing shit. It's been 4
What were they
years,
doing?
I think. They just were all doing kind of like solo stuff of just like writing pieces for like soundtracks and whatnot. But they came back, and then I had The Weeknd, Dawn FM as my third album of the year.
You like got into like a weekend kick recently.
Yeah, that only happened very recently. I like literally just sometime last week spent the whole night just like listening to every album.
Bro,
Goes
so
hard.
good.
Beautiful.
Fucking love The Weeknd.
You got any mid albums?
Oh shit. Mid album of the year has gotta be the Black Keys album. Ever since Let's Rock in 2019, their shit's just been mid. And you can't tell me anything else.
Yep. I'd agree.
Yep.
That leaves it to Sam.
Alright, brother. Well, it's been... Let's see, I'll start with my honorable mentions. Omnium Gatherum's up there as well for me. Didn't quite crack the top 5, even though it wasn't one of my more listened to albums of the year. I think I listened to it a little more than the Giz album that I did rank. I put 12 Carat Tooth, I actually put in my honorable mentions. I like a lot of, individual singles off that album. Yeah, see? I think, and I say, I don't like it as much as other Post songs, but it still ended up as my top album of the year in terms of, or I don't think it was my top album, but Post was my most listened to artist this year, so, I gotta give it some props. It grabbed me like all Post albums do. But yeah, definitely worse than the others, which probably in their respective years would have come higher up in the rankings. But the God of War OST and honorable mentions as well. Just a banging soundtrack. I like throwing a soundtrack in there for recognition, and that's gonna get it this year. Moving into my top 5, number 5, I've got Impera. It's actually an album that I've only recently started listening to, maybe last week. It's from Swedish satanic rock band Ghost. It's just
What?
it's just it's great rock music with
rock band.
fun, goofy, satanic overtones. Um, it's so for like black metal. It's just a silly, goofy genre that's having fun with
Like pirate
concepts
metal.
like sacrificing people to Satan. Um, Moving on, I put at number 4, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I really was big on it when it came out. I think I'm like the opposite of Jackson. I need to go watch that live performance. I think over time, there aren't as many tracks off that album that I find myself listening to in isolation. But I think as a product, like as a whole project, it's really good. And then that Giz album that did crack the top 5 at number 3, Ice, Death, Planets, Lungs, Mushrooms, and Lava. It's not a very Pierce-friendly album. It's very jammy, but I really like the sounds in there.
Pierce, do we hear Dit?
It's
No,
Birdo.
that's not me.
Birdo.
Dit don't be talking,
Buddy,
bro.
we're recording the pod. I'm not talking to you, man.
Dit don't talk unless
Pip was
spoken
screaming out
to.
my door, so I had to let him in.
And number 2 and number 1 are so close for me. Number 2 is Chloe in the Next 20th Century. It's the newest Father John Misty record. Very jazz-influenced folk. Father John Misty is an amazing lyricist. He never misses, and he didn't this time. And seeing him live really cemented to me that this is like an album of the year level quality for me. And number 1, Don FM. Have listened to that album so fucking much this year. Fucking amazing, synth, bleak futurism.
Dude,
Fun vibes all
Birdo,
around.
bro.
Birdo does not like Don
Void
FM.
shit. You love Don FM.
This dude is
Yeah.
speaking. Guest star Birdo.
Like, can you guys see him? Oh, can't. There he is.
Oh.
Hey. You cut it out before I kick you out. Alright, and
Sam, you're in the storm.
oh god. Since that caps off the music topic, I'm going to bounce us over to shows for the next one. And I'm going to popcorn Ethan to start us off.
Ah, shit. Alright, well, I watched a lot of shows this year. Of the ones that came... Well, alright, honorable mentions first. So of, like, stuff I kind of, like, watched this year, but wasn't necessarily from this year, didn't really make the list because of one thing or another. I've got One Piece, ever the classic. Fucking love that show.
Were there new
Breaking
episodes of One
Bad.
Piece this year?
Yeah, One Piece has been going weekly since, like, 1998, bro.
Yeah, so it's a 2022
Wait, with
show,
no
right?
breaks?
A very few breaks. They've taken, like, 5 breaks in total over the whole span.
What?
Have they, like...
Holy shit.
Is the manga just super long? Like, or do they
Yes,
have to
but the
take
manga is
time
also
and-
still being written.
Okay. Crazy.
Is it like a faithful, like, adaptation?
Fairly. There are a few things they tweak here and there, but for the most part, everything is the same as the manga. But regardless, are we doing? I guess yeah. Everybody's mentioning honorable mentions first, right? Or are we just doing?
Oh, so
Yeah.
do we want to switch it up and like all mention our honorable mentions before we go in and do the tops?
Well, I thought
think
that
you
was.
should-
what
Ethan
we
should just take
intended
it.
to do.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think Ethan
Alright.
should just continue.
Then for the top, for my top 3, I had Peacemaker at number 3. The show was great. I loved it at the beginning of the year. It came out at a wonderful time. Very funny. Love seeing John Cena in it in kind of a way I don't normally think of John Cena, I guess. Then at number 2, I had Moon Knight. Definitely my favorite of the Marvel shows, and it was definitely, I thought it was a very enjoyable show. I don't pay attention to the comics at all. I just have like you guys to guide
This
me
dude
in
does not
that.
give a fuck.
And hearing you guys get so excited over it and seeing like comic lore and everything was like, that was pretty cool. And then at number 1, I had House of the Dragon. Because after watching that show, I had to, and then watching Game of Thrones too. It was too good to not mention. Like, oh, its ending was excellent. So
Nice.
I will popcorn Jackson.
Oh god. All right. I think I counted 11 shows.
Oh shit.
God damn.
All right. I'll do my honorable mentions first. First, we got Last Week Tonight. I've been following the show for I think 4 years now. Fucking love John Oliver. It's a great show to stay informed and to laugh at. And then we get into the anime category. Engage Kiss it's a show about basically this future city where demons exist and start popping up around. So this dude finds this incredibly strong demon that he makes a pact with, where in exchange for losing his memories, she can power up and kill a bunch of people. Pretty cool show. This whole thing is how far should you go to get what you're seeking and stuff like that. And then we got Spy Family. Haven't watched the second season yet, but it was one of my favorite shows last year, so it's probably going to be a favorite show this year. Smiling Friends, which I completely forgot came out this year.
I forgot about that. That was really good.
Probably one of the best adult animated comedy shows in a while. So.
God, I hope they come out with a season 2 soon.
Yeah.
That was so good.
We got DLC to that show.
Night.
Yeah.
We did. We got a random DLC. Then we got Moon Knight. Probably, definitely in my top Marvel shows that have come out. Very fun, action-packed. Then we got Peacemaker, for reasons previously stated. Love is War Season 3. Probably one of the best anime ever made. Very cute, very fun, very funny. Licorice Recoil, which was one of my previous ones, so I won't get back into it. Very good. And then we get into the actual ones. Number 4, we got Chainsaw Man, which is fucking insane.
Yes.
Also, probably going to be one of the best animes ever made.
I should have made that one of my honorable mentions.
That's
That was
actually
so
gonna be one of
good.
the best animes ever made.
It's so good.
That's how you
It's so
anime watchers sound to me. That's how you weebs sound to me. Continue.
Then 3, we got Kenobi. A show I completely forgot came out this year until they said it before the pod. It was absolutely insane seeing a standoff between Kenobi and Darth Vader again. And probably one of the best Star Wars shows that they've made. Number 2, we got Severance, which is on Apple TV+. It's with, oh god, I think his name is Ben Platt.
Yes.
Is that who I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
No, that's the weird guy who was in, what the fuck, Dear Evan Hansen. I don't
Bro,
know
I was
why
confident.
I
I
thought
don't know why I was
I was
definitely that
confident
guy.
too.
It's the dude from Parks and Rec. What is his name? Adam Scott. I don't know why I thought that was the character's name. But yeah. Really insane show.
Dude, are you taking us to
It's
the
all about...
bathroom? Where are we?
Where are we going,
Closet
Sam?
Are you hiding?
I'm getting my slippers, bro. It's cold down here.
Very insane thriller type show. kind of like separation, like a literal separation between work and real life. I don't know what else you call it, whatever. Great show. I got the Apple TV trial just to watch it, and it was worth it. And then
I need
number
to
one,
get
we got
Apple
Better
TV.
Call Saul.
Yo, the Salter.
Started watching the show this year, and thank God it also ended this year, so I can get on with my life. Probably one of the best finales that show could have had. I'm very happy with that it ended.
Any duds
Sure.
for you this
Pierce
year?
will
Any
talk a lot more
mid
about
shows?
Yeah, what
Mid shows.
just fucking
If there was a
sucked,
mid
bro?
show, I would have stopped watching it, so I wouldn't remember.
Halo?
Oh, bro, that was gonna be mine, bro. I'm so ready to fucking rail on that show.
Considering I only watched one episode of it, then yeah, that's probably got to be it.
I don't know. Was Book of Boba Fett this year?
Yeah.
No,
Was it?
last year.
Oh, it was last year.
Either way, I wouldn't call it that mid.
It was
thought
pretty mid.
Boba Fett was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty mid.
I just think it was weird that
Yeah, well,
it did
you're
all that
racist,
stuff
so-
that it was probably should have been done in The Mandalorian season 3. But
Yeah.
I thought that was the one time that I liked watching the show.
and it was cool. Like it was good to see, but I'm just like, well, these are really big plot points that
Should have been
someone
covered by
who
them.
doesn't watch the Book of Boba Fett but does watch, Mandalorian's gonna be confused by.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Regardless.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Popcorn to Pierce.
A little me.
you.
Let's see. Honorable mentions. Well, I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have decided to wing these.
I thought you made a list.
I made a list, not honorable mentions in there.
Oh.
I don't know, like Obi-Wan, I guess. But like, I really enjoyed it when it came out, but looking back on it, I really think it should have just been a movie. It was really like I don't think each episode was bad on their own, but like, then like I don't think the series was bad. I just think that like it's really weird. Like, it's not a series. I'm not gonna go back and watch the whole thing. I'll like go back and watch like key moments in it. It's not one that like I'm gonna want to sit through the whole thing again. I just feel like the
it'd be
pacing
cool if
isn't
Disney
made for
released
that.
a movie cut of that of the show at some point.
People have like, there's been like fan made ones, but it's apparently like really good. Because you can tell that whole story in a nice 2.5 hour movie. But like, I don't know, like, I enjoyed She-Hulk. I know, like, a lot of people did. It was a pretty divided show. I thought She-Hulk was pretty fun. And then I guess same with any other Marvel show that came out. I thought they were all good, but not good enough to put on my list.
Moon Knight not good enough to get on the list.
That's another one that I enjoyed when it came out, but like, I think
We are going the wrong way.
I think it also might have some pacing issues.
That's fair.
A lot of people hate it for other reasons that I don't understand. Because I don't read comics. But I just think it's paced weird.
What is so funny?
Sam and I are stuck. 3 trees. There we go.
We shot the tree with a gun.
But then I think I totally forgot this came out this year, but my number 3 is gonna have to be Peacemaker. That show is fucking awesome, and I really hope that season 2 is still going. At least season 2, just to get a little bit more. Until, I know the reboot's happening, but that stuff takes time. They could give it to us in the meantime. I just thought that show was amazing. It really shows, like if you dislike that show, you're just like the people, the like Snyder guys that hate James Gunn. They like hate on it, and it's like so like when they had the whole Justice League, and like people were like acting like that was out of character for Aquaman and Flash to like talk like that. And people were saying like he was like making a joke of everyone. It's like, what are you talking about? I thought it was
Aquaman
great.
does fuck fish though.
He does.
He does.
I mean, would you not? If you were Aquaman,
If you were
Are you
the
saying
fish
you
king.
would?
bro, if there was a sexy fish,
What do you
This man's
mean?
Mad eyeballing it.
New kink discovered, bro.
you tell like I'm like this fish can. I don't know, man. I mean, if say there's like mermaids, even isn't
How
that
good can
technically
it suck
fucking
my
a
shit?
fish?
Yeah.
Yeah, does fucking a mermaid count as fucking a fish?
Do
think it
not
does.
take Sam to the aquarium.
It depends which half is the mermaid or which half is the fish.
Yeah, would you rather? Yeah, would you rather the woman legs and fish upper half, or the fish lower half and the woman upper half?
Give me the fish legs, bro.
This man's
experiment.
fucking them fish legs.
Bro, those ain't legs.
It's got a cloaca or something, bro.
What? What's that?
A cloaca's like,
You don't know what a cloaca is?
I don't
No.
know what it is either.
dude, it's the combo
what?
like pussy and asshole
Oh.
Oh yeah.
that like
Chicken's
I've
got
heard
ducks
the word.
have.
Nice.
Dude, I wish we had that. I just like
I'm
a
good
one.
that we don't.
Same.
It's so
It's the
efficient.
one-stop shop, bro.
Yeah.
No. Do not call it that. It is not a one-stop shop.
It is, literally. Can you pee and poop at the same time though?
Probably not with that. Can you
Yes.
guys as we are now?
We
I don't
do.
know.
I
like-
do.
Can you not poop and pee at the same time?
No, I can't. But I know one person can't, or one person doesn't in this call.
Wait, who?
Oh, no way.
Remember
Ew.
remember when we had a whole argument about
No.
it on Cold War when we were talking about putting our dicks in the toilet, and we were like, sometimes we have to pee, and Sam was like, "Bro, can you guys just uncontrollably pee when you're?"
Because
when
this
you're
man can't
pooping.
pee and shit at the same time.
You know, that's not what I meant, bro. You were just saying, like, you gotta
think is
keep
what
it
you
down
meant.
there just in case. Like, you know, what if you start peeing? Like, bro.
No, it's
If I'm-
down there
I'm
so
not
that you
just
don't have to
keeping it
put it
down
down
there.
there. Why?
Keep my head brushing up against that, like, lid, bro. That's the bottom of that shit. Ooh.
Let us know if you guys put your dick outside or inside the toilet bowl when you shit.
I cannot believe you keep your dick outside the toilet bowl, bro. That's some of the craziest shit, just sitting on top of, like, the fucking seat. Like, no.
Bro, no way, that shit's cold.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, all the balloons. All right, where were we on your list, Pierce?
I don't remember.
I think I've only said Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Next, these two are honestly probably tied for me. So I'll just wrote them down. And what I didn't like write these down in order. I just wrote down 3, and I would just like no. But these ones are the same. So next I'll have Saul. It's all the same reasons you said, Jackson. It's pretty bussin'. I started watching it last year and then I kind of fell off and I got hooked back in this year. And it's a
Bro,
pretty bussin'
Jackson's
show.
reasons were that you'd have reasons, and then you just said that your reasons are Jackson's reasons.
Well, your point.
What do you like the show, bro?
I think it's pretty good. It's got good acting. It was a good finale. But Jackson said that. He did say that. So that was my. I'm not crazy. I am not crazy. And then next is gonna be Andor.
Okay, maybe you're a little. What was that about?
I think next is gonna
Just
be
talking
Andor.
about chicanery, bro.
Yeah, bro. Doesn't even get it.
I don't even get it.
Andor was like, I couldn't believe that that was a Star Wars project. That shit was wild. I think I watched the Prison Break episode like 5 times. I fucking love that. It is phenomenal. I could not believe that that was a show I was watching. The finale was so good. Some amazing visuals in it during, there's like this heist that's going on. It's like one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
So yeah, it's so clear that it's filmed on location, and like,
It's just so good.
there's just so much love put into the cinematography and
Story and characters. It's kind of crazy how good it is. And I can't believe you two haven't watched it yet.
Still gotta watch it.
it's a must-watch.
It really is. Who hasn't gone yet?
I think just
Smam
me.
or Jackson?
Just
I did my TV shows.
it's Sam then.
Smam.
All right, go through pretty quick. Honorable mentions, just some things that I had to throw on here, and you boys mentioned them last week tonight. Still just continues to be fantastic. Smiling Friends, yeah, best new adult cartoon on the market. I put Rings of Power on there as well. I feel like getting the most expensive show of all time, and it's a Lord of the Rings show. Like, that's something that I should come out of it like being totally in love with.
And you weren't.
And it wasn't that. Like, I enjoy the show, and I think it is good. I think a lot of people give it unnecessary flack. Like, it's better than I'd say a lot of people would have you think. But it's not gonna blow your mind. It's just okay, and I don't think that's what you want from a Lord of the Rings show. And then moving into my top 5, at number 5 I had Moon Knight. It's just I'm a big fan of Moon Knight from the comics. I was really excited to see him getting a TV series. I can't say it's like I'm with Pierce. I think over time I'm not as hyped up about it as I was when it came out. Just with all that excitement, being a fan. But it is still one of my favorite Marvel TV shows. I love. Oh man, why is his name escaping me right now? Oscar Isaac's portrayal of Moon Knight and his various personalities. Excellent acting, good action in the end. I think I agree that there were some maybe pacing issues, but the last 3 or so episodes are some of the best Marvel TV in my opinion. Number 4, Peacemaker. James Gunn is insane for not only can he take B and C tier comic book heroes and make them just like beloved, but then he could take one of the least inspiring characters from his movie of B tier characters and make a show out of that guy, and then I come away from it like caring so much about Peacemaker. 3, House of the Dragon. Game of Thrones is back, and better than ever. 2, Better Call Saul. Yeah, it's been talked about. Fantastic writing, jaw-dropping moments in season 6 especially, and I think like the end of Saul's story, which is also told through Better Call Saul, I think he gets the best ending of any of the Breaking Bad universe characters. And then number 1, I find it if you had told me before the year that my favorite show of the year would be a Star Wars show, and it wouldn't be Obi-Wan Kenobi, it'd actually be Andor, I think I would laugh, but it shaped out that way. I agree that you boys have to watch Andor. Kenobi is in my honorable mentions. Like Jackson said, there's just some amazing nostalgia moment, things you've wanted to see for years. It really is that fan servicey show, but it was a little bloated. I wish that they had gone the original route and just kept it as a movie. But Andor, perfect. The best, most gritty, most mature bit of Star Wars media in a long time. So I'm going to popcorn it over to Jackson, who's going to decide if we're going to move on to games or movies.
I feel like movies is a pretty quick one to turn at.
Yeah.
I only had 3 movies. I guess I could do 4 because I've only seen 4 movies this year. New movies this year. Honorable mention is Thor: Love and Thunder. A lot of people didn't like it for some reason. I thought it was a good movie. I laughed at the jokes. Some of the jokes kind of sucked, like the screaming goats. But I thought the rest of it was a pretty well put together comedy movie. And then at my number 3 is Multiverse of Madness. I thought the different universes were cool. That's pretty much it. I don't know, I like Doctor Strange. And then number 2 is Top Gun Maverick. I don't really care for Tom Cruise, but his acting kind of gets me through that. And I really like, who was the younger actor in the movie?
Miles Teller plays Goose's.
Yeah, Miles Teller. I really like Miles Teller. So, yeah, pretty good movie. Had me on the edge of my seat. Had me edging my seat.
Sick.
And then number 1, Wakanda Forever. Definitely, probably the best movie of Phase 4. Until we'll see what happens in Quantumania. Or did that? What
we're
ended
in
Phase 4?
5.
Okay, Black Panther
Wakanda
was
Forever
last. So
was
yeah,
the last.
yeah, definitely the best one in Phase 4 then.
But not even
That's
over
all I had for movies.
even over No Way Home.
Yeah. I feel like
Good.
Wakanda Forever, you could rewatch it and still get that emotional hit. But you watch No Way Home over and over again. I feel like there's the emotional parts with Aunt May. But most of the screen time is dedicated to wow, look at this crossover. And then that kind of fizzles out the more you watch it.
Birdo.
So, yeah. Alright, popcorn to Ethan.
Alright, for movies, I didn't have a whole lot this year. I didn't go see a lot in theaters or anything. However, the few movies that actually, now that I'm looking at this list.
Alright, who'd we leave off at?
Bro, did this man just open his door?
I think Ethan was talking movies.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yes. Yes, it is.
It is snowing.
Quite a bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't sprint.
Isn't it interesting how we all live in different parts of the state and we all have very different weather?
It's quite interesting.
Well, my weather's gonna be more different.
Continue.
Oh shit, yeah. Fuck. Movies. So, now that we are back from a brief break, my only movies from this year that I really saw are like top of that list has got to be Nope. That was definitely one of my
I didn't
favorite
see that.
like movie experiences this year. Then Multiverse of Madness, as mentioned, the different universes are a lot of fun. They did a lot more stuff with Doctor Strange and Multiverse, and I thought it was a good. And I liked seeing like the other universes and like John Krasinski as Reed Richards, even though we know it won't actually happen. That was nice. And then the last movie in my top 3 is One Piece Red, the only One Piece movie to release this year.
The only?
Yeah,
Are there usually
Are there typically more?
No, that's like normal. It's the first time in a while actually they've released a One Piece movie, but very satisfied with it. It is pretty good. About Shanks, Luffy's like father figure. Pretty banging.
He banged his father figure.
You goddamn right he did.
Nice.
Who you popping the corn to?
Ooh, popcorn. Kaboom,
Alright, boys, I got us covered on movies. I saw fuck shit of movies this year.
There's
My
one movie
honorable
that hasn't been
fuck
said
shit.
yet that I'm shocked hasn't been said. No,
Alright,
I'm
we'll
sure
see
it'll
if
be
it
on
made
Sam's
this list.
because it's on.
In my honorable mentions, Black Panther. I think Jackson nailed it. It's just like it's super emotionally gripping. I wasn't sure if they'd stick the landing to the send off for that character, and I think they did a pretty bussin' job of it. And I really liked Namor as a new MCU power player. Moving on, The Menu. I won't talk too much about it since it was my one from last week. A horror film that I didn't have much expectations for, but Ralph Fiennes does a great job of portraying a psychopathic chef who is out to murder his patrons. It's awesome. It's a dark comedy. Akin to Jordan Peele movies. Bullet Train is another honorable mention for me. Just a movie that I saw with some friends that I didn't have high expectations for. Bullet Train. It was a really great comedy action movie, starring Brad Pitt, and there was a bunch of cool, fun cameos in it as well. Great movie, worth checking out. It's on Netflix right now. Top Gun Maverick, also an honorable mention for me. My disdain for Tom Cruise keeps him out of my top 5. But really, really competent movie. Really fucking great action sequences with the planes and all that. And then moving into the top 5, at number 5, we got Avatar: Way of the Water. It's still fresh on my mind, so it's probably being rated right now a little higher than it maybe should be. But James Cameron came through with delivering another technical marvel. I think the story is very samey. They move to a new environment. And they learn the ways of the new environment. Instead of deforestation, it's whaling, and so there's a lot of parallels. And I think going forward, I think that's the last pass I give the story for not moving this whole universe forward as much as it could have. It drops a bunch of hints about where they're going with the future of this franchise and what's next at stake for the humans, and I can see where they're going, but I want them to start going there. and make this an actual cohesive franchise. But number 4, Dragon Ball Super Superhero. I didn't think they could top Broly. They arguably did. Cell Max is a little goofy looking. The final fight's just alright in my opinion, but the transformations, the fights beforehand, the animation, it's all fantastic.
Wait, is the main villain Cell again?
Yes and no.
Okay.
He's kind of just like, sorry, yeah. So there is a Cell in it. It's kind of a final boss type figure, but spoilers for DBS.
Spoilers for everything we're talking about today.
Includes Cell Max in it now, but yeah. But I'd say like he's not even close to the coolest part of the movie. It's everything else also is done really well. Number 3, I'm pretty sure this is the one that Pierce was talking about. It's the Batman.
I completely forgot that came out this year.
Yeah.
Fucking fantastic Batman film. I think this is one of the best Batman films of all time. I need to watch it a couple more times. But I really love this movie. I think Edward Cullen really kills it as Batman. Bat.
Robert Pattinson?
Yeah.
Bro, I've never even seen the movies and I understood what he was saying. It's a cool, it's a mystery. You get like they were saying leading up to the film, you'll get to see Batman as a detective, and you do get that. And I think this side, seeing a young Batman who's maybe just a little too gruff and learning how to be a hero. Oh, I just thought this movie was fucking awesome. Number 2, another recent movie that is coming to Netflix tomorrow. I caught it when it was in theaters. Glass Onion. If you like Knives Out, you're gonna like this one. I love Knives Out. This movie isn't to me better or worse. It's different. It's another fantastic mystery movie from Mr. Ruined Star Wars. And my number 1 movie of the year is going to be The Northman. It's the newest Robert Eggers film. If you've seen The Witch or The Lighthouse, you kind of know what he's about. He, he's got horror inspiration. He likes, folklore, and this kind of continues that trend. Not so much a horror movie, but it takes, folklore and adds his weird, crazy twist to it. And it's a visually stunning movie. It's well written. It's the acting is incredible. Alexander Skarsgård as the main character, who's Hamlet, is fantastic. And yeah, check out The Norseman. It's a weird movie, but it's just a super competently made movie. I can't recommend it enough, especially if you like Robert Eggers' other films. So that takes us to our final category, which is game. I didn't even get to tell mine, bro. What the fuck?
Sorry, I stopped myself. I'm used to going last, bro. Okay. All right, extra buttery popcorn piece. It's that one that you pick out, before your friends can get to it, because it's got all the butter on it. It's got that perfect amount of salt, and that's Pierce. Pierce, go ahead and take it away.
So, my number. Hold on, I'm going crazy right now. My number 3 was The Batman, because that movie was fire. It was so good. I couldn't believe you guys didn't have it on yours. I gotta agree with everything Sam said. It is definitely one of the best Batman movies, and the tone of it is just I'm really disappointed I didn't see it in theaters, because it just has this look to it, and I feel like it really captures the dirtiness of Gotham, scumminess. Robert Pattinson's great in it. He's really good. Really good. I think the suit's cool.
Yeah.
I like how I like how the
The
symbols,
car.
guns. The car is cool. Little basic for my Batmobile likings, but
The car was so cool,
it
though.
is pretty cool. I like a classic, like, long ass fucking goofy looking Batmobile. Not like the Tumbler or like a car that's just got a rocket on it.
And muscle.
And it looks, it just looks like a car too. Like it looks like a modified car rather than like
It's
some
like a
sci-fi
modified
thing.
it's like a modified Dodge, I think.
It looks like a Challenger, yeah.
And then next I had. Oh no, wait. Actually, that was my number 2. We're going out of order.
Oh shit.
My
shit.
number 3 was actually
Surprise number 1. Oh,
my number 3 was actually Sonic 2.
let's
That movie
go.
was really good. Those, like, the Sonic movies are just like really good. At just like I think they're definitely the best video game movies. They captured like the games perfectly while also being their own story and not having to rely on the games. I don't know,
Mario
like
movie
the
better
first,
give you a run for your money.
dude. I hope so. But like the first movie was so good that like I'm shocked that they fucked up the design like they did. Because like everything else
Honestly.
having to do with the movie, like the like all the story and everything worked. And like the references and everything. It was like it seemed like they cared, but like something got in the way of making him look like Sonic. But then number 1, I put the Weird Al movie.
Yo.
That movie was really good.
That's
It's free on
Roku
Roku.
for me, for sure.
It's true. It's a biopic from Weird Al. It's really good. I think it's an underrated movie this year because it came out on Roku.
Ethan, are you wearing a
Like-
white suit jacket right now?
Yeah.
Why are you wearing a white suit jacket?
Because he's sipping
Well,
wine.
When did this
wore it.
happen?
I wore it all day yesterday for my birthday, and I left it out here on the couch.
Nice.
So I just decided to throw it on.
Bro's in his
I don't
birthday
remember.
suit.
Like right now. Yeah, literally, bro.
Let's fucking go.
All right, Pierce, who's starting games?
Ooh, that's definitely gonna be Sam.
Alright, shit, let's do it.
Hit us with your games.
Alright, got 2 honorable mentions in the game category. First is MW2. Gotta go in there. We play the shit out of that game. It's the most addicted I've been to Call of Duty, since I was in middle school. Fuck yeah. But it's fucking menus are broken, so that's gonna
Bro,
wipe
they
it
fixed
right
them
out
a
of the top
little
5.
bit. They fixed them a little bit, but they're still so fucked.
It's just that
Yeah.
constant COD problem of rushing out an unfinished product. So this is your punishment. You're not in my top 5 games of the year. Fuck you. Kirby's gonna get another honorable mention. God, I had so much fun playing through that one. My girlfriend. It's a lovely transition to 3D for Kirby. One criticism I'd have of it, I think Kirby is such a good co-op game, so it was really disappointing for the Forgotten Lands. For player 2 to only be able to play as a spear Waddle Dee, I think that was like, huge missed
Cringe.
opportunity, huge L, instead of being able to like, give them any copy ability like with almost every other Kirby co-op game. But whatever. Excuse me, boys. All right, number 5, I put Vampire Survivors up there. It's a game that's on Game Pass, rather new. I don't know. It's hella addicting. I've put hours and hours into that game, and it's a top-down, horde shooter almost, where you just you collect items and abilities, weapons, to just defend yourself. It's kind of like you are the tower in a tower defense. and it's got clear Castlevania influences, and Castlevania is one of my favorite gaming franchises. So hell yeah, Vampire Survivors number 5. Number 4 is gonna go to Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. With all the delays and just kind of like the quietness surrounding this game leading up to its release, I thought for sure it was gonna be a bust, but it came out. It's awesome. Lego Star Wars has never looked and played so good. So shout out Lego Star Wars. Number 3, I've got Horizon Forbidden West. Played the shit out of this game when it came out. It's Zero Dawn, but improved in every way except maybe the story. But it was always going to be hard to top the story of Zero Dawn, and I think they did a really good job. The direction the story went in was unexpected for me, and I enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm cursed to never finish this game though. I've got I think I'm about 90% of the way through it now. I played through maybe about 50% and then picked it back up, but then God of War Ragnarok came out, so I paused it again, and I'm not sure when I'll get back to it. Hopefully here soon. Number 2, I've got Elden Ring. Speaks for itself. Game of the year. I think when we were doing Game of the Year discussion, I said I put a ton of hours into this game, but only made it maybe unlocked about 30 to 35% of the map. But even still, in this 35% of the map, I just felt like wandering around the open world. I was constantly finding things that I just, I felt like I had no business finding. The game does an amazing job of making you feel like you're, having a unique journey, and that you're just running into things that you feel like you're discovering in the game. I someday hope to play through the rest of this game, because it definitely is a masterpiece. It's just too hard for me. And number 1, God of War Ragnarok. I've talked so much about this game. This game's the fucking true game of the year. So good. It's like Horizon Forbidden West, in that it improves on the first game in every way. It adds new depths to the gameplay that you can't really get into without getting into spoilers, and the story's better than God of War 2018, so 10 out of 10, God of War Ragnarok. And Popcorn Jackson.
Alright, before I go, any mid-movies from last year, or from this year? I don't think anyone said any.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up when I started, but then I forgot.
Halloween Ends, bro.
Yes.
I think that Multiverse of Madness was kind of mid.
Bro, didn't you
Disagree.
also mention it?
No, it was not on my list.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's hard to
I think
Halloween Ends.
I think it's really not the Multiverse of Madness. There's like a montage of like different multiverses, but then you're mainly just in like 2 different multiverses, or 2 different universes pretty much the whole time.
Well,
I was
yeah.
expecting a lot more of like a universe hopping adventure
Oh.
with a name like Multiverse of Madness, and there's really not that much multiverse in it.
Fair.
I'm gonna hop back to TV shows just to say a quick fuck you to the Halo TV show.
We went over that.
Nah, we didn't give it enough detail, man. This show fucking sucks. And like, when the trailers were coming out, I thought like, oh, I don't think this like looks very good, but hopefully it's just like, the writing, it's like the story's done well enough that the visuals maybe like don't bother me so much. And nope, the visuals suck. The story is way worse. The dialogue is terrible. The acting is awful. They made a human like, a human join the Covenant, and then she and Master Chief fuck, and Master Chief never has his helmet on, and it just sucks, man. And I sat through almost all of it. I think I refused to watch the last episode.
Bro, by that point.
But it like Like I would just, it was so bad I would just get shit faced and watched it 'cause it's the only way to get through it. Don't waste a minute of your life on the Halo TV show. Fuck that show.
I think you should. You should
What
waste
if
a
we
minute of your life.
all go and watch it together?
We definitely watched the first episode together, right?
Yeah, but we were
think
very
we-
high.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember anything from it. I remember that gun being thrown on the ground and it looked really bad because it was like CG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Let's start with
let's
games.
continue.
I got a top 5 and then one honorable mention, and that is Peglin. It's an early access game on Steam. Came out a bit ago, in this year. It's. Do you guys know what Peggle is?
No.
So it's one of those games where, like, there's a board of like a bunch of different
Is
pegs,
that the
and then there's a ball at the top that you aim, and then you shoot it down and try to get as many, pegs as
thing
you
with
can.
the horse?
Yes.
Like Plinko, but you want to hit more pegs.
Yeah. So someone decided, hey, what if I took, the mapping, the gameplay basically from Slay the Spire, and made all the fights with Peggle, and it's actually insanely fun. And it's basically like one for one. Like you start with like 5 orbs, they call them.
Orbs.
Yeah, and they each do like there's like base damage, and then there's critical damage that if you like hit this one, critical peg, then it turns that damage into critical damage and stuff. Fighting a bunch of enemies. It's got pretty much the exact like Slay the Spire routing, where there's like normal fights, harder fights, and then a boss at the end, and then you can get like treasure chests with relics in it that like add bombs or like increase damage and stuff like that. It's pretty fun. I think it's only like $20 on Steam right now, and there's like a lot more updates that they're planning in the future. So can't wait to see where that goes.
Dude, what's it
I
called?
can.
Peglin, Peglin. I'm pretty sure it's like not at all.
Waited until now to tell me about this.
Yeah,
Is it
Oh,
coming
God.
to something outside of?
it could.
So that sounds fucking awesome.
It could. It's also like not very graphically intensive. So
I could see getting a Switch port.
yeah,
Except for that, it's on Mac. So
could also be a mobile game at some point. It's got the ability
Yeah.
to be that. And then my number 5 is Halo Infinite. Did that come out this year?
nah.
No, it came out last year.
Never mind. Fuck that game. All right, number 4. Pokemon Legend Arceus. I thought the core gameplay of it was really fun. Going around catching shit. Not enough fighting. Half of the reason I like Pokemon is because like battling has become a lot more intricate over the years, and I've really enjoyed that. But then this game has like 7 fights, and most of them are really easy. But I really like the open world, 5 different open world aspects of it. So yeah, pretty fun game. Wish it was more graphically cool, but we'll never get that from
What
Game
is it?
Freak. Legends Arceus.
Oh, yeah.
My number 3 is Modern Warfare 2. Really liked the campaign. Thought it was very solid. And then it's gotten me back addicted to COD multiplayer. So, very fun. The guns are pretty cool. Minis are kind of bad, but they're getting better at least. Yeah, pretty fun game. Number 2 is also Elden Ring. Played the shit out of that game when it came out. I think I put in like 200 hours or something into it. Very fun, cool, evolution of the Dark Souls formula that FromSoft did. Even though the director himself called it mid and said he'd make better games.
Bro, that was wild. What a flex.
Yeah. And then that guy shut out, Bill Clinton. And then my number 1, you already know, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Not gonna go into it anymore. I've said my piece. Best game ever made. I'm kidding, but it's really good. Alright. popcorn to Ethan.
Alright, to start off with honorable mentions. Now, all my honorable mentions are games that did not come out this year. Because I was like, I played these games a lot, and I love them, but they didn't come out this year, so they can't actually be on the list. First, we have Black Ops 3. I went back and played a lot of Black Ops 3 this year.
That's gotta be on every list every year, bro.
Came out like 7 years ago.
Literally. Absolute
wild.
banger of a game, though. And coming back to it this year, no different. Still a banger. Love zombies. Love Black Ops 3.
Love me some zombies.
Then I had Rocket League, because I played a lot of Rocket League this year. I know you guys are not Rocket League fans, but I am platinum.
Fucking hate Rocket League, bro.
I like Rocket
Why
League.
the car's so
Fucking
small?
love Rocket League. Then I had Fall Guys on my honorable mentions, because when we got into that for like that month, I would say, fucking crazy. Big Fall Guys guy. Fortnite was also on my honorable mentions, because we had finally gotten into it this year.
Yep.
So that was a lot of fun. And then GTA 5 as well, because we had like a GTA renaissance with news about GTA 6 and then playing it for not only during the podcast, but just more in general, doing heists and shit.
You still gotta finish that one, right?
Yeah, we never finished it.
No.
We're not. No shot.
Yeah, no.
No,
shit.
we're almost done. We're 2/3 of the way done, bro.
My top 3, because of games I've played, are starting with Modern Warfare 2. Like has been said previously for Modern Warfare 2 in 2022. Just one of the best CODs to come out in recent memory, and has had me addicted like a middle schooler, high schooler. Like, very glad to have a COD that is this good at this point in my life, if I'm honest. Then from there I had Elden Ring, and I'll be real, I really did maybe get 15 hours into the game, but it still gets that spot on my list, because goddamn, I could see where it was going, I could see the potential. I am not a good enough gamer.
Bro, I think that's all of our problems besides Jackson.
He
It's
is
true.
a big enough gamer, bro.
I am the gamer.
Then my game of the year had to be Horizon Forbidden West. I played that game for like 3 weeks straight right when it came out. Treated it like a full-time job, I swear to God. Like, I was putting in all the work I could, or all the playtime I could to that game. Yeah.
Nice.
Who is? Oh, wait. Mid games.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Fuck. I didn't think about
did I
that.
play any mid games this year?
I feel like I mostly try to avoid mid games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, are there any games that you played that just didn't live up to your expectations?
Oh, Tunic. I really fell out
People
of that.
love
like,
that game.
20 hours in.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
I'll be real. We were into it for a good minute, but Multiverses
Oh,
hits that list
Multi-
for me.
Multiverses is
Yeah.
mid.
Like, we had some fun with it, but it was just so mid.
I disagree that it's mid. I think it's
Alright,
very
well,
well made.
You, the only one.
If Multiverses has one fan, it's me.
Yeah.
Alright. Popcorn and to who?
Oh, Popcorn. Wait, did I? Oh, yeah, Popcorn Pierce.
Am I the only one left?
No, Sam still has to go.
I went first.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah, you are the only one left.
maybe.
Okay, well, I got a lot
Ooh.
of... I only have 2 games on my list from this year. Because...
Oh,
Yes, I do. I'm gonna say those first because there's a lot more in honorable mentions that I played that weren't from this year. Lego Star Wars. That shit's fire, bro. Dude, I was playing that. That was like the first time that I have like stayed up and like, well, I mean, not stayed up because I always stay up past midnight, but like that was like one of the first times where like it hits midnight and I'm playing the game right away. It's so good. It's perfectly made. It does have a little bit of an issue with like replay value. I think some of the side missions are a bit kind of lame. But it is just very well made. It's really good. And then number one, I put MW2 just because it, like all you guys said, never played a COD this much like in a while. Like I played a good bit of, like obviously I skipped on Vanguard, but I played a good bit of Cold War, but not like I fell out of it pretty quick. But I feel like I can stick with this game for a bit. But then you get into all the games from this year that I didn't play, or all the games that I didn't, all the games that weren't from this year. Well, that too, that too. But all the games that weren't from this year that I did play, you got like we played a shit ton of GTA. You know, I always be on Fortnite, bro. I'm always gonna be on that Fortnite train. Love this shit, bro. Fucking love Fortnite. Those were like the two big games, and we've gotten the Fall Guys a bit. That was fun, and Golf Friends, of course, classic Quick 18.
Quick 18s, boys.
But also recently, I just started playing the Arkham games, which are very good. I'm really enjoying them. Just finishing up the DLCs, or I just started the DLC for Arkham City, where you have to like rescue Batman or whatever, just rob him. Pretty fun. I also have to finish up the Catwoman story in the city. I think the Catwoman stuff's pretty mid. I think the fighting's fun, but like traveling around the city kind of sucks. Like, it's so unfluid because they have like a mini game to climb up the walls where like you gotta press A at the right time. It's like if I could just tap A and climb up the wall fast, that would feel way more fluid. It's like I feel like I should feel more fluid moving like a cat. But once I'm done with this, I'm gonna move on to Arkham Knight. I'm hyped. I'm really enjoying the Arkham games.
No, you're not.
I don't think there was anything else this year. I played a little bit of Elden Ring. I played like 8 hours maybe, but I didn't progress at all. I just was like farming XP. But like I can recognize it was very well made.
Oh yeah.
Is that it?
Beautiful.
Are we ready to just go into our ones?
Are there any to split up? Do you guys want to talk about a topic or something? To split up a list from another list?
Nah, I think we're ready to
A
go.
list of a list, bro?
Nah, we're having back-to-back lists, bro. It's a big list night.
Yep. That's the title. The boys make lists.
Okay, well, tell me one game you want in an Xbox showcase. It's another list.
It's another list.
Avowed. Actually,
game
Indiana Jones, so change my answer.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wait, say your question again.
There's a rumored Xbox showcase coming up.
Ooh.
I agree with Sam.
I don't know.
Pretty awesome.
Halo Reach
Indiana
Remastered.
Jones would be... Yes, that would be really cool. Or, I don't know, what if we get some cool, like, new first-party exclusive? I feel like Xbox does not have a lot
I
of
feel like
those.
they have to reveal some like banger exclusives because
Yeah.
as much as of an Xbox fan I am, like they are really
Yeah, I'd love to see something
really
from
getting a little
So we
bleak.
already know about so many of them. It's just there's so many of them that don't have, like, Avowed is one, Redfall, Starfield still doesn't have a release date.
But a lot of them don't even have like broad release dates. Some of them just don't have release dates at all. We just know they
Yeah.
exist.
Yeah.
They've even announced the Outer Worlds 2. They need to stop doing that, I think.
Yeah.
At least with the
hyped for
Outer
shit that
Worlds
isn't here
2,
yet.
at least with Outer Worlds 2, they were self-aware with that trailer.
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't excuse it.
But we got to get a Avowed before then, and that's a game that when revealed I was just so excited for, like Obsidian's take on Skyrim, essentially, considering that they're the other Fallout guys. Like
Yeah.
that's has so much promise to me. But yeah, that Indiana Jones, hopefully we should be getting some meat from that soon.
I'm hyped for Redfall because it's made by Arcane, who made the Prey game in 2017, which I played like a couple of years ago, and it was actually really good, even though like no one else played it.
Yeah. Fable 3 is another one that ought to be coming up.
Bro, Fable
Something
series
about Perfect Dark.
couldn't be fucked.
Perfect Dark 2, or yeah, Perfect Dark remake or
Couldn't be
reboot.
fucked.
I've heard that Perfect Dark is incredible, so I'm willing to check out that.
Perfect Dark and Zero Dark, like I don't care.
Zero Dark 30.
Yeah.
Alright.
Love me a good War on Terror movie, bro. Fuck yeah.
I'll start off our ones then. My one this week
Let the one
gotta be Peglin. I already talked about it, so that's my one. Pierce?
It's the Arkham games. I already talked about it.
Yeah.
So that's my one.
Sam?
But they are really
Okay.
good. I
Avatar 2, The Way of the Water. I already talked about it. That's my one. Ethan.
My one this week is Would It Kill You by Hello Goodbye. Something I haven't talked about. Album I just
Let's
found
go.
this week. Bangs. I've been using it to test out the new. I bought a new sound system this week as well. Like
nice.
surround sound for my
Oh,
house.
nice.
I'm thinking about that.
That makes
and-
me hard.
So I like can Bluetooth my phone to it and shit. So I've been testing it out, whatnot with that. And very poppy, fun, but also like alt rocky pop, if that makes sense. Not just like pop. But yeah. I think that was all of our ones.
Any closing remarks, Sam?
Well, first we gotta go
Fucking-
over the top 5 times we've ended the podcast.
Ooh.
This one's definitely a top 5 for me.
True.
Top 5.